Hundreds of millions of people watched China's Spring Festival Gala this year, but one performer on that stage was not alive. NOETIX engineers spent 3 months creating a robotic replica of veteran Chinese actress Ming Cai for the 2026 broadcast. The team scanned her face and body, then recorded reference sessions to capture how she moved and spoke. That data became a digital likeness tuned to her expressions and voice, all mounted on a 3D printed robotic skull. The finished robot appeared in a comedy skit beside the real actress. Ming Cai stood next to her own machine copy on national television while an entire country watched. Yet the most important detail was easy to miss. This was not just a television stunt. It was a product demonstration. Most major humanoid companies are still focused on the body. UBTECH, Figure, Tesla, and Boston Dynamics are improving strength, balance, speed, battery life, and factory performance. That race is already well underway. A smaller group of Chinese companies looked at that progress and asked a different question. What happens after the robot can do the job? People still have to accept it standing in the room. They must feel comfortable looking at it, speaking to it, and allowing it into personal spaces. This is where the industry meets the uncanny valley. A face that looks almost human but gets a few details wrong can feel more disturbing than one that is clearly mechanical. Most engineers avoid that problem with screens or simple artificial faces. AheadForm chose to confront it directly. The company is betting that trust may be the harder challenge, and that trust is often decided by the face. At WAIC 2026 in Shanghai, AheadForm displayed its answer in hardware. One robotic head used more than 200 high-precision micro-expression control points designed to reproduce the movement of 43 human facial muscles. That level of detail matters because people read faces almost instantly. A slight movement around the eyes can show uncertainty, while a tiny change near the mouth can completely alter the meaning of a smile. Beneath the surface are dozens of micromotors, each controlling a different section of the face. One may lift an eyebrow, another may narrow an eyelid, or pull the corner of the mouth. When those movements work together, the expression feels less like a fixed animation and more like a continuous reaction. The skin is also built in layers. AheadForm uses platinum cure silicone or a medical-grade elastomer over compliant foam. The softer inner layer hides the hard edges of the motors and frame underneath. Without it, mechanical shapes could become visible whenever the robot smiled or moved its cheek. The foam allows the surface to stretch and compress more like soft tissue. Even the eyes serve a technical purpose. RGB cameras sit inside the pupils, so the robot sees from the same direction its eyes appear to be looking. On many robots, the cameras are placed in the forehead or chest, while the artificial eyes point somewhere else. That mismatch can make eye contact feel false. Here, the gaze and the camera are aligned. The stranger part is how the robot learns to control its own face. Engineers do not program every muscle one at a time. Instead, the system sits in front of a camera and activates its motors in different combinations. It watches what happens and slowly builds an internal map, connecting each command to a visible movement. One signal may lift an eyebrow, another may narrow an eye, or pull one side of the mouth upward. Through repeated experiments, the robot learns which mechanical actions create each expression. The process resembles the way a baby studies movement in a mirror, although this version runs through motors and software rather than muscles and biology. No engineer needs to label every possible expression by hand, and no complete library of facial poses has to be loaded in advance. The system learns by experimenting with itself until the movements begin to match. Once that map is complete, the robot can coordinate its expressions with the person in front of it. AheadForm's research suggests the system can predict a smile up to 839 milliseconds before it fully appears. Human expressions begin with tiny signals that happen before the final movement becomes obvious. The robot detects those early changes and begins responding before the smile is complete. That timing matters. A delayed smile can look like imitation, while one that begins too early can feel disconnected. By moving at almost the same moment, the robot creates a response that appears more natural. It smiles first, you just never notice. That research is already appearing inside real products. AheadForm's Elf Schwan is a robotic head built around 30 artificial muscles. It is designed to hold eye contact and produce expressions that feel connected to a conversation rather than played back as fixed motions. Elf Schwan cannot walk or lift objects, but that is the point. The platform focuses entirely on the part people notice first. Working beside it is the Origin M1 head module. M1 uses 25 micromotors and includes cameras inside the pupils. Built-in microphones and speakers allow the head to listen and respond without depending on a separate external system. The robot gained attention after singing at Robot Wonder Night on February 8, 2026. The clip spread because the performance looked more coordinated than a robotic mouth simply moving along with audio. DroidUp's Moya carries the same idea beyond the head and into the entire body. Moya stands about 5 feet 5 inches, 1.65 meters tall, and weighs around 71 pounds. DroidUp claims its walking gait is 92% similar to a human one. That figure has not been independently verified, but it shows what the company is trying to achieve. Moya is designed to move in a way people recognize before they begin studying individual parts. Under the silicone skin is an internal heating system that keeps the surface close to human body temperature. That warmth does not make the robot stronger, but it removes one of the clearest physical signs that the body is artificial. In care, hospitality, or companionship settings, that detail could change how people respond to physical contact. UBTECH's U1 takes another approach. Presented in Shenzhen on July 3rd, the robot was promoted as one of the most human-like models offered for sale. U1 combines flexible synthetic skin with realistic nails and hair. It also uses 88 joints, giving it enough range to create small posture changes and idle movements that appear less mechanical. Those subtle motions matter because people rarely stand completely still during a conversation. They shift their weight, move their shoulders, and adjust the position of the head without thinking. A robot that freezes between commands can feel artificial immediately. Extra joints allow U1 to reproduce more of those unconscious movements. Across Elf Schwan, Origin M1, Moya, and U1, the goal is not factory work. These robots are built for situations where appearance, communication, and emotional response may matter as much as physical ability. 4 robots are approaching the same problem in different ways, but none of them is competing to move boxes. The difference becomes clearer when price enters the story. The U1 line reportedly starts at around $17,600, placing it in the same range as a modest new car. Moya is expected to commercialize later in 2026 at roughly $175,000. That is nearly a 10-fold gap inside what is still treated as one broad product category. The spread shows that the market has not agreed on what a convincing human-like robot should cost. One company is aiming for wider access, while another is targeting premium care, research, and commercial use. Their bodies may appear similar from a distance, but the expected buyers and roles are very different. Demand may already be forming. U1 reportedly received more than 13,000 orders at launch. Those are not only laboratories placing cautious bets on future hardware. They represent buyers showing interest before the category has even settled on a clear name. The price gap and the order count suggest the industry is still discovering what people are willing to pay for realism. The niche is also becoming more crowded. NOETIX, the company behind the Ming Cai Gala replica, now offers a hyper-realistic robotic head platform that other developers can adapt. Shenzhen-based Digit Robotics has also teased a next-generation Android bust, suggesting that the head is becoming a competitive product line of its own. One example pushes the idea even further. A synthetic human is reportedly enrolled in a 4-year Chinese opera degree and is studying beside human classmates on a real campus. Chinese opera depends heavily on controlled movement, expression, timing, and emotional presentation. That makes the course an unusual but relevant training environment for a realistic robot. This is not a short-stage demonstration. It is being treated as a student. 2 very different bets are now developing at the same time. Much of the Western humanoid industry believes a robot earns its place by working. The value comes from moving boxes, assembling products, and saving labor hours until the benefit appears clearly on a spreadsheet. These Chinese companies are exploring another possibility. A robot may earn its place by becoming something people are willing to look at, speak with, and keep nearby. Physical ability still matters, but social acceptance may decide whether humanoids ever move beyond factories and enter hospitals, hotels, schools, shops, and homes. One bet begins with the body, the other begins with the face. Whichever approach succeeds may eventually define what humanoid robots are actually built to do. So which bet do you think will age better over the next few years? Drop your answer in the comments.